What's up, everybody? Thank you for chiming in for this last minute impromptu hangout dedication show. Why? Because I was supposed to go live every Tuesday and Wednesday and Sunday for Mikey's World, whatever this podcast, this show, this hangout is becoming or will become. I don't know, but I didn't go live yesterday. Why? For many reasons we'll talk about on today's show. We may have some guests on today's show in a little bit. I sent out some feelers. I'm trying to get people to hang out and talk. And today is one of those days. I don't have a show prepared. Don't have many topics, but you know I'm going to tell my damn stories from my new house. That's right. Thanks to your guys' support and everything recently, I was able to afford this big house behind me. You know, don't pay attention to the green behind my ears. But first off, I got to get into it. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider donating, becoming a member of this channel for early and exclusive content. And if you are a member of this channel and you are in the top tier, I think it's called the Bower Fanatic, I posted a link in the top tier to join today's live stream. Moving forward, I'm going to open it up to other tiers, but I have fears because there are some evil people in my lower tiers. There are some evil people in my lower tiers, and I don't know how to get rid of them. So I had a little bit of a fear of posting the link to hang out with me today for those people. You know, they end up doing what they do. So for my higher tiered members, if you want to join today's live stream and hang out, I'll probably be live for a couple hours, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but definitely at least a couple of hours or around there. But if you want to join today's live stream on video chat, I made a post for my high tier members to join today. That way I get, if it is an evil person, I get some money out of it. I have donation portals down below on screen. I also have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. If you guys feel like hitting the goal, that's right, we're going to start doing goal shows. Because I need to. You guys know I've talked about it enough. I don't need to talk about it more. I am struggling. I got about $100 in my bank account, but my bills are paid. I ate some food, gave me bubble guts. We'll talk about that. That's why the show went late today. I thought it was going to start at 3:30. But I could use the support, and the money through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal gets to me quicker, and I can hit you up this weekend through those applications and maybe send you a gift or try to do something to reciprocate for all the love and the support everybody has given me. So please consider using those platforms. Today's goal is $75 in total, whether it be from my merchandise store, whether it be through Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo, or Super Chats. But remember, YouTube takes 30%, and I do deduct that. But my goal is hopefully $75 for these two-hour shows. That's a decent living if I did it every hour. That'd be what? 25, 50. It'd be like $35 an hour, $37 an hour, 37 and a half, somewhere around that. And we're going to talk about my IQ because I've been questioned about my IQ. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit of a rant. But yeah, appreciate the support. Those platforms are available if you guys feel like hitting the goal. And what am I going to do for today's goal? Well, maybe we'll have more sex stories. Remember, they deleted my video on YouTube because of some bad actors. That's right. I got an updated email from YouTube. that people reported my show as medical misinfo. That's right. That's right. So some bad actors were out there to report my show. It wasn't only a YouTube robot. It was some of you evil people out there that reported it. But in a good way, the actual documentary on YouTube is now gone as well. So, makes me feel a little bit better because at the time that I got my show removed, the documentary that I reacted to was still online. But that's neither here nor there. To everybody that likes to play that troll game and report people and their content, I think it kind of sucks. Whether it was medical misinformation or this or that, it's not for my low IQ ass to explain. I just think it sucks. When somebody tries to do something, they report it, an event of this or that. I think it fucking sucks. Now, if you're harassing somebody or really going in on them or exposing them or whatever the word is, you know, where you bully them like in 20, 30, 40, 50 different videos, watching their content, re-uploading their content. Yeah. I say if you're the person being bullied in 20 or 30 videos, why not report them? I mean, maybe it's not bullying according to YouTube or harassment or re-uploading of content. But you know what? If that person is that evil and they're really doing a lot of shit to you publicly and all that other shit, fuck it. Report it. They're hurting you because you have to watch the insults about yourself and all the harassment and all the videos made of you. But to be quite honest with you, we got to learn how to have a thicker skin, myself included. And we all got to learn that, like, don't watch their shit. Don't watch it. If they're insulting you or bothering you and you don't like it, don't watch it. But if they do cross lines, family, this, that, addresses, whatever the case may be, yeah, you're crossing the line. And then it's all open season, in my opinion. All right, everybody, let's get the show started. I have cameos available for $40. I'm willing to sell my soul through Cameo and entertain you and send you an autographed picture. And I have merchandise available. And I'm going to be uploading things to sell this weekend on my merchandise store from my personal collection. And check it out. Might be only a couple of things. Then I might do a live stream because I need to make some more money. I'm really worried about this next month really badly right now. Even though I think money's coming in through my taxes, and I was notified that I'm going to get like a $700 check and another like $90 check in the next month from my residuals, which is a blessing. People go, well, what was the $700 residual from, Mikey? I believe it's probably from Warner Brothers, and it's probably Fringe. That's one of the only residuals I get to this day, quarterly, that pays a decent amount. It's not quarterly. It's like 2 times a year. That's not quarterly. Like, that's double quarterly. But yeah, that's the only thing. Could be Dude, Where's My Car? But they pay typically a little bit less than Fringe. And Could be Evolution, but again, they don't pay that much. Friends airs all the time. I'm apparently in total like 3 episodes with flashbacks and all this other stuff. So that's like 3 episodes that get played 24 hours a day on different channels across the country or across the world. So that's why those checks are decent. So I probably make $1,500 yearly from those Fringe episodes. It does get lower and lower as the years go along. But I don't make that much money. People think, oh, that comes in every month. No, it does not. Does not. Get like $1 checks. I get like 50-cent checks or sent to my bank account. But my average monthly after I do my taxes from residuals, I don't know why I'm talking about this. I give out too much fucking information for free. For no damn reason. Because I ain't got nobody to talk to. Y'all are my family. Y'all are my peoples. But like, my monthly average after doing my taxes and everything from residuals, not other sources of income, probably 400 to 600 at most a month. That's my average if you average all the money out. And that's not a lot. All my bills are like $1,500, $1,600. And if I only make $400 to $600 to $700 a month on average, that means I got to create another $900 somehow. And for somebody that doesn't work, always is depressed, sleeping in their bed, not handling their business, it's hard to pay your bills. That's why I appreciate the support and the love. Hopefully I entertain you all for that support. And hopefully I earn your subscription, your support, your love, your friendship, your fandom. Let's move along. Let's see who's in the chat room. Let me change my screen up. Thank goodness. We're just going to hang out on today's show. Hopefully some guests come on a little bit later. Might be some girls, might be Brentmania. We'll figure it all out. We're just going to have a Q&A, a hangout sesh with my peoples. Because I deserve you guys a show because I didn't do one yesterday. I was having an emo day. I was having a real bad emo day. So Brentmania's online. Who was the first commenter? There it is. Entered in the raffle. I still got to figure out the raffle. I printed up like raffle tickets. Then I got to go write the names of the people that donated, and then put it in the raffle for the end of the month. I got to go do that. But I printed up some papers like raffle tickets. Where did I put them? Oh, are they here? Yeah, they're here technically. Because I'm trying to figure out how to do raffles at least once a month to give somebody something. And so I printed up these raffle tickets. I did it for my convention a while back. But I figured, I did it for my convention. You might not be able to see it, but it says name and email and one raffle ticket. Because at the end of the convention that I was doing, I thought I was going to do like 3 or 4 conventions. I was trying to, when people would support or buy an autograph picture or something like that, I was going to raffle off like a t-shirt or more pictures or my time on a video chat or something like that, at the end of that day at the convention. That's why it says like raffle live at 6 p.m. I wanted to give back to the fans and all that. But so I wanted them to write their email, their name, and the email. So that way, if they won the raffle, like if they were not in attendance at the convention at 6 p.m. when I did it live, then I would email them that they won and stuff like that. So technically, I can't put the email for the YouTube donations, but I can put your channel name here. And then I'm going to do that in the next couple days for the end of the month raffle. And then I'm going to put all of these in either a hat or a little box or something. And I'm going to raffle out the tickets. And I'll say the name of the channel or the supporter that won the raffle for something from my merchandise store for a value of up to I think I can do $50, but it might only be like 35 or 40. But most of my items are $30 or less, to be quite honest with you. So yeah. So that's what I did. Trying to give back the only way I know how and through my financial struggles as best as I can. I still owe my fantasy Haybower football league winner stuff from my merchandise store, man. But I went into a depression right after the Super Bowl. I should have hit him up. I got to hit him up this weekend. The guy that won the championship in the Haybower Fantasy Football League. And I owe some other people money in real life. But hey, that's my problem and I got to fix it. And I will. Everybody gets, you know, what they deserve from me in the long run, no matter how long it takes. I'm going to make amends for my failures. All right. We are about to die. Salute you. Thank you very much. Larry Jester's online. Brent's online. Collector's Conquest. Are you bringing back the Bubblegut song? I might do it. I might do it in a little bit. All right. We got Colin Madden with $5. What's up, Iron Maiden Madden? God bless you today. How you doing? Thank you so much for the $5. You are now going to be entered in the raffle. I should start right now, right? But I'm going to look at my chat room on YouTube and then write them all in the raffle at another time. But I should start doing it during the show so I don't have that much work for me, like toward the end of the month where I got to look at all the PayPal donations, Venmo donations, and all that other stuff. Oh, damn, that's what I should have done. I should have started a couple weeks ago. Should have started writing the names in the chat. I'm a fuck up. Dave Kosher, Ed Rooney's online. Mecca Rodriguez. Rodriguez. I'm sorry, Rodzilla. That's a cool name. Johnny Bowser's here. What's up, Johnny? What's up, Meow Mix? Meow. Bakersfield High Society. What's up, brother? Oh, yeah. Thank you for saying that. I love the randomness of Mikey's World and whatever you want to share with us, brother. It's a lot of fun, and I'm happy to see you consistently streaming. Well, I need to make money. I have no other outlets available. I have no other jobs. The health kind of confines me to my house, my house. You like my house? To my apartment. So I need to. It's the only way I can earn income or support, and it's also fun. There are days where it's really, really fun, and I appreciate it. Like we had a good day, like monetarily, and we had some good fun a couple of shows ago, but then it got taken down. It got taken down. It was one of the best, coolest shows I think I've ever done. I had fun. I earned some income. You guys supported. We told sex stories. We watched conspiracy videos. Fuck. It just hurts when something is so fun and good and you have a good feeling after that YouTube just takes it away and people report the show because they don't like you. Or it bothers them. How dare you? I'm a doctor. I'm a nurse. Oh, that's medical misinformation. I know who the bad actors were that did it. I know who they were. Not that, I have the information, but I know who they were. All right, Brentmania is going to be online in a second. I see you online, Brent. I'll get you on here in just 2 minutes. So I wanted to say hi to Carter Bain. Cupcakes Corner with American Cupcake. Maximum Jesus. Haystack. Idiocracy's online. The hair and beard look great. Thank you, Haystack. A&W Swetzel. Hey, Michael Bauer. It's Wendy. Yes, Wendy. Wendy Anderson. What's up, Wendy? And Fawn Leibowitz is online. I love it when girls get online. I love women. Y'all are beautiful. That's a beautiful home. Is that your parents' home? No, we never really had a home. I mean, we had a home, an apartment. Um, oh no, we had a home. That's right. In like '99, I had the ability to put some money down on a home. I was trying to buy it for my parents, myself as well. We all know what happened. Well, some people do. I lost it. We lost it officially in 2019. PM Chairman Meow. What's up, Chairman Meow? The Krang, Search One, Maximum Jesus. Appreciate y'all for being online. All right, guys, we got kind of like a first guest. Amazing fan of the channel, one of the greatest supporters and friends of mine, and just a lovely human being. Let's welcome in to the stage, Brentmania, the wrestling chairman of the world.
Wrestling chairman. Brent? How's it going?
You know what I just realized? In that I have like an opening segment that I've done the last 2 episodes where I have pictures of people with like t-shirts or autograph photos or whatever from me or my career or in general from TV shows or movies I've been in. You're in a couple of those pictures. You might be the first or second one.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you again for all the support and sending me the picture of. I think you're in a Camp on Awana shirt.
I am.
That's pretty damn awesome, brother. Did you keep that shirt that you purchased or whatever? I think I might have tried to hook you up with it, but that shirt that had a bad graphic.
I did keep it.
Yeah,
I wear it. I wear it outside.
Yeah. Do you have it around where you could pick it up and show the world how bad of the graphic it was from from the merchandise store?
I don't. It's in the hamper.
No. That means you're doing some good things with it. Maybe you're sleeping in it. It's a good little whoopee. But hey, the world, if you guys ever wanted to see Brent, he's hooked you all up with memberships. If y'all ever wanted to put a face to the amazing man, this is Brentmania. Even though it says Brent Anania, that's okay.
I spelled it wrong.
Hey, don't worry about it. We all got like IQ problems.
Yeah. Could be worse.
There's a moron that has a hater podcast in the Dabbleverse that you're barely learning about. But because I need money, every time I make a statement or a video that I need money or I need support or I need help, this person, I'm not going to give their name any weight, but they know who I'm talking about. This person likes to make a video and he likes to say that, oh, I love you. I'm here to support you, Michael. I'll give you a computer, but you got to be on my show for 3 hours. You got to do this in order for me to help you out. He doesn't give anything from his heart, as a supportive person. There's always stipulations.
Strings attached.
Correct. There's always strings attached because that's this person's grift. That is their grift. They think if I'm going to give you something, you got to owe me something. But then on top of that, there's no guarantee he'll even give me that stuff. And it has to be after I do their show. Then on top of that, I don't want this person knowing where I live, and I don't want them to be around me.
I don't blame you.
Guys, we're going to have in another couple minutes, we're going to have Faith Mystic on. She decided to join today's live stream. She is a gorgeous human being that you guys have seen on my podcast. But just to run out this story, this person recently announced that they'll give me a bunch of money to help me out if I take an IQ test. That's right. I have to take an IQ test on their show to get the money. Huh? Look, I know I'm stupid. I have no problem saying it. I have no problem saying it. But does this person know they're stupid as well? Do they have an IQ?
It'll probably be impossible to answer.
Trust me, they're stupid because they're trying to get me to take an IQ test on their show in a bad. Sorry, let me change this off. Sorry, I'm getting all these pop-ups. Faith will be here in a minute. But long story short, would this person take an IQ test for their fans on his show? He's asking me to do it to make me look stupid, but would he do it personally for his fans?
No.
No way. And if he did, they'd realize he's just as stupid as the rest of us. All right, everybody. Brentmania is now on the show, and now I hope YouTube doesn't censor me because we got a good-looking woman coming on the show. Faith Mystic.
Hey, loved ones. How y'all doing?
Everybody, this is Faith Mystic. I don't really know what to call her. She's a healer, a spiritualist, a model,
biochemist,
a botanist. What? How do you say that again?
Biochemist, holistic practitioner. I create weatherproof technology habitats to heal the earth and the planet. So it's like fireproof, hurricane, tornado, flood, earthquake. It's pretty cool technology, and I work globally with a lot of beings. But yeah, I'm a global recording artist. I sing a lot of languages, and
She does everything. She does everything, and that's why we all love her. Because honestly, I call you Mother Nature.
You do.
Because she's like Mother Nature to me. I didn't grow up having a mother. I love the attention, the TLC that you give every human being, even though you call yourself an alien, which is kind of cool.
I don't like being called alien. I like to be called non-human.
There you go. Non-human.
It's the same thing coming from a human. I comprehend what you're saying. Thank you.
Do you remember that song, We're Only Human?
No, you can remind me.
Well, I tried to sing it for you. I forgot who it's from, but it's a recent song. It goes, We're only human, or I'm only human, something like that. It's by a male artist.
You're not human.
Yeah, I mean...
You're like hybrid.
I definitely call myself an alien at many occasions. I'm going to let the world know that something you did for me when we first connected and met, and we were both fans of the movie Lost Boys. And I call her Star. If you remember the character Star from the Lost Boys, she was the really beautiful girl that fell in love with Michael, the vampire. But because she's a beautiful singer, she played and sang that song for me on Instagram as a dedication, and it's one of the only videos on my Instagram. So I forever thank you.
You're welcome. You know, I'm trying. You wrote me back and said I have to practice more. So,
well,
I don't let everybody talk to me like that.
To be honest with you, you didn't know all the words and the tempo.
I did change them. I don't like singing all their words, Michael.
Relax. Don't get pissy with me. We're not having a fight. I love everything you do. And no, but yeah, I think you're perfect. And that's a great song. And practice makes everybody better, even myself. That's why I'm now able to like have guests and kind of handle a whole 2-hour show, because I'm trying to learn little by little and get better little by little. So there's nothing wrong with saying that somebody needs practice. I need a lot of practice.
Yeah. But you know that I won't sing the words exactly, because I'm like, words are sacred. Like, I have to be really careful what I sing about because of how powerful I am. You know?
That's right. She holds a lot of weight in the world, like spiritually and energetically. Have you met Brentmania? He's one of the greatest supporters of me.
Hi.
And
hello.
It's great to meet you. Nice to see your face.
Good to see you too.
Thank you.
And I promise everybody, if you want to find Faith Mystic, all you got to do is Google search her. I will have links to all of her endeavors after the show. I wasn't quite sure who was going to hang out today and chill for a minute or two. So I will put all the links to everybody, after the show, so you can find her, hang out with her and all that. But just search Faith Mystic on Google, Instagram, probably Twitter, whatever. You'll find her. She's all over the place. All right, Brent, let's get into some cool subjects. Any stories? Anything happened to you guys that are extraterrestrial or anything like that recently? Let's start with Brent, and then we'll go to Faith.
No, nothing's happened to me. Just normal life.
Faith, has anything happened that is kind of unique or different, like whether it be otherworldly or anything like that? Did you have any dreams, visions?
What's been interesting is that there's certain subjects that have been spoken about with others and certain things that have been done with others that are communicated about with others who were not in that experience exactly. And it's like it could be enough where it happened every day, where one might think, like, am I being watched? Is it like a television show about me? How do they know about those things? And rather than getting overwhelmed with the non-coincidences of that, rather focus on what the topic is and why it's reiterating and why it's so important for you to acknowledge that and that integration with the ones who are coming around with those messages. It's really very different and very deep as well. So I think that's been kind of interesting, but that's more like of a psychological, telepathic kind of experience rather than the galactic family. Yeah, I've been also focusing on my abilities to push the geocropper planes away. So I've been like doing a lot of meditative practices with that.
The chemtrails and the contrails. I mean, the chemtrails and all that other stuff.
Yeah, not all of them have actual pilots in them. The ones who do, I usually send diarrhea to them. I really want them to feel like.
Brent, hey Brent, do you know anything? Do you believe in it? Do you think chemtrails are real, or do you consider them contrails of just water from the planes in the sky?
Honestly,
never thought about it.
I never thought about it.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've seen it, right? You've walked out of your house or anywhere, and you see all these lines in the sky.
I have, yeah.
A lot of us believe. Well, we know that they're like chemicals. I don't know officially what they're doing, but here's the story, quick, Faith, and then you can respond on this. So there's a lot of video footage coming out of like pilots and all that leaving on the spray when they land, and that's kind of getting interesting. But here's something that happened sorry, I'll let you speak in a second. But the other day, I've been noticing that like they're not only spraying during the day now, they're now doing at night to disguise themselves even more. So that way, because people are onto them, people are figuring it out and they're starting to ask questions. So now they're doing it at night because you can't see the chemicals as much at night. And it's really freaking me out.
Yeah. Can I speak?
Yeah. When I start talking, I talk a lot.
Yeah,
but,
you have to fulfill that thought process, especially like if your brain, you might forget what you're thinking about sometimes. You have to get it accomplished. They comprehend you. Okay, so yes, you start flying at night. They're not all the same. Sometimes it's helicopters. There's different types of white planes. Not all of the planes fly chemicals. Like there's different types and there's different hours. Because of the work that I do, I literally I put up like a shield, and then a shield of my energy and my light, and then I work with the planet, like whatever metals are around me, and then I push that out and I make a barrier so that they can't come over here. When I do that practice, often the fighter jets fly like really close to the house, like there, and then there's planes that like fly around the area, like watching. There's been drones that fly by the windows, so I made my like curtains, like it's like you can't see in easily from outside now. But sometimes I'm okay with them watching. I really don't care, but it just kind of varies. It's very different though, you know, psychologically and emotionally. If you are watching the flight patterns of anything that's flying around your neighborhood and you acknowledge that your plants have like white powder on them or something like that, it's just different. Like liquids have obviously been dispersed and it's not normal, it's not natural. Then you have to be able to detox those fruits and those vegetations before you consume them so that you're not poisoning yourselves. And is it even possible to save those plants that you need to eat with? And yes, it is. There's just different ways to do it with like saltpeter and different soaking practices to drain out the toxins and pull it out so that you can actually eat the vegetation and the food. But not everybody is aware of those processes. They all think not everyone, but some people think they go to the store, they get their fruit, it says organic or not organic. They just wash it like a little rinse and then they eat it. But they do not realize that all of that goes on a big, huge truck that's not covered. And the truck's like little pipes of smoke are billowing out onto that. Not only that, but they also sprayed the crops with different things. Even if they themselves didn't spray the crops from the organic company, the crops next to them were sprayed. So that explains like the white substance. And it's just really, it varies. I remember before the fires began in the past, when they were in Nevada City and all those different places out there and in Sacramento, and like Northern California near Paradise, those things. But there was like a residue, like a blackish, bluish, like there was just a different type of residue. And I had to peel off the leaves from my lemon trees, all of my trees, because the leaves had black stuff on it. It was so toxic. It was so tar-like. It was so sticky and nasty to even touch.
Yeah,
it was horrible. So I got.
Do you remember the first time you started seeing chemtrails?
Yes, I remember being a child looking up my one of my clients. She's one of the top hackers in America. She says she is the top hacker of America, of the world. She says, but you know, we all like to say the fish is fake. So she told me about that kind of stuff. She said that it's been around from before. Because I told her, I was like, look, Lisa, I want to do this project with you. I want to make sure that we can stop them from flying. She's like, Faith, they've been doing it since the 80s. And I was
that's what some people are saying.
To stop it. I was like, yeah, but I think I can actually do it. Like, I have a plan, you know?
Yeah. Since we're talking about the 80s and when it possibly started, you reminded me, because I remember like in maybe the mid 80s, like 85, 86, I remember hearing news stories that they're doing something called malathion spraying. And that was supposedly for like these mosquitoes that were coming into California or stuff like that.
That stuff is so toxic. I remember, so check this out. I experienced it. They flew it over like the Safeway. They didn't even tell us that they were going to be spraying like the chemicals from the sky. You'd imagine they would use like a truck and they do it when people are in bed, or they would warn everybody, don't go outside. No, they sprayed it over when the parking lot had people in it. And I went out to go to the grocery store. It wasn't like that. When I came back, it was like it was raining, and I looked up and there wasn't clouds for it to be raining. And then my face, I actually, it was very painful, but I make my cure, you know, the things that I make. And I had to heal my face,
she also
my
felt
shoulders and my arms. Anything that liquid touched, it was instantly like pain. It burned. I got home and I started like wiping my face off my windshields. You could see like driplets of random shit. Like, why would they poison the communities?
Again, they're trying to possibly depopulate or kill people or blacken out the sun. But I want to move it on to some fun topics, if you don't mind, because I love it when it's fun, Faith Mystic, and not conspiracy, Michael Bauer. I love it. I love it. I love it. But Faith also creates like healing products and other stuff that I guarantee you I need it in my life. So check her out for that.
Oh yeah, I put it on your neck.
Yeah, you did. You did a little bit when we hung out that day. A lot of people were wondering if you were my girlfriend, and I want to say yes, but like I had to say no. We're just really good friends, and I just feel an energy and a friendship with you that has been lasting for years now, and I just appreciate everything of you. And I love the fun Faith Mystic. So you watched a movie recently that I recommended.
I actually watched the Goonies the other day, like 2 days ago. I rented it on my YouTube.
There you go. But I wanted to talk about The Legend of Billie Jean. Have you watched that movie, Brent?
I have seen it. It's been a while, but yeah, I saw it once.
That's what I said. It's been a while.
Oh, real quickly too, Brent. I saw the Iron Claw about a month ago. I forgot to mention it to you. I think it was off of your recommendation about the Von Erich brothers. Yep. That was a horrific, scary, sad movie. Everybody hurt themselves. It's insane.
There's only one Von Erich left.
Yeah, I know. So what was your favorite actor or moments from The Legend of Billie Jean? Because you remind me of the actress that played her. Fair is Fair.
Yeah, that was a role model when I was a child, because I obviously watched it as a child. And I did shave the sides of one side of my hair. I didn't shave the whole thing, but I did shave part of it. And then I shaved the back of it too at some point. Like sometimes I do shave parts of my hair because I have thick, long hair, so I can shave certain areas and feel less weight. It feels very free, and it feels very much like a remembrance of that, like Billie Jean. And it's just, there's so many levels of having to stand up and be real and stand up for what's correct. And that's really something that I implement in my everyday, or in my existence. And it's beautiful. So yeah, I really enjoyed the lead character of the movie, as well as, I guess, the guy that she met in that house. He was kind of cute for her to meet, the dude who stood up for her, although they were ignorant. It kind of pissed me off, some of the decisions they made in the movie as an adult watching it. Because I'm like, wow, it's like watching somebody make a mistake. But as a child, it's new and surprising. So it was kind of different watching it as an adult.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Trying to show some pictures of it on screen of the actress. Can't think of her name right now. I think she played Supergirl as well in the later years. But there it is, and it also starred the voice of Lisa Simpson, the girl that did the voice of Lisa Simpson.
Yeah, I love that character.
Brentmania, what are your memories of this movie, if you have any?
She was in Hairspray too, wasn't she? Or in Crybaby? She was in a few movies, and she usually had characters where she was like, ah, like wild.
Fair is Fair. I love it. I want one of those T-shirts. They threw all the T-shirts at the end of the movie into the fire, and now I'm going, what the hell are y'all doing? I know it was in Solace, but I want one of those T-shirts in my collection. There's a good picture right there.
I'm sure they have more. Like, honestly, I'm sure they have them. I have like thousands of dollars worth of band T-shirts.
There's the girl that plays Lisa Simpson on the left.
My room right now. $1,000. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we could buy one.
Kind of looks like Gaga.
People were saying that you remind them of Lady Gaga.
Oh gosh, I was out at it's called the French Market. Most beings are like a lot of folks know who I am, but those who don't, they assume that I'm somebody like Gaga, or they used to think I was close to Gwen Stefani, but I don't do my hair like that anymore. I don't look anything like that, and neither does Gwen. So yeah, people speak about Lady Gaga, and I don't think I look like it, just because I have like a little bit of that like nose, like the nose. She got a nose. Like with a little arch.
Yeah, you're way better than Lady Gaga after watching her on Saturday Night Live. Here's some of the songs from The Legend of Billie Jean. In my opinion, one of the coolest soundtracks, just like The Lost Boys. They got Pat Benatar singing "We Will Be Invincible." They got Divinyls, Boys in Town, Mark Shafran, Closing, Wendy Williams, It's My Life, Billy Idol, and the Rebel Yell. She cried more, more, more in the midnight hour.
Variation.
And then there's 3 different versions of Pat Benatar. Man, Pat Benatar, I'm a huge fan of her because of this movie. I'm a huge fan of her.
Amazing.
I have to go back and watch this movie. It's
Such a good woman movie. You know how they had a lot of things. It's been a while for you, Brent?
Yeah, over 6 years.
Such a good movie, though, like for the feminist movement. They were not making feminist movies in the 80s, but this was like one of those movies that made the lead like a star, heroism, and all that other stuff. And, you know, they started doing it like in the 2000s or the 2010s, but this was before its time. And it's just one of those most memorable movies in my life. And it's probably up there in my top 20, to say the least.
Have you ever seen the movie Just One of the Guys?
Sorry, guys, I'm looking at the posters in the VHS.
Who are the actors in that?
I have watched that one. That is where the girl, that's before its time as well.
Yeah, she dresses.
Let me see if I can get it on screen. That was where the girl like became a man and she tried to date that.
She thinks men are getting all the
of the guys. Sorry, I'm doing it live.
Sounds interesting.
Then at the end, the guy doesn't believe she's a woman, so she flashes him.
I've watched them. Okay, Brent. You will watch Legend of Billie Jean, and I'll watch Just One of the Guys again.
I can do that.
There's the poster.
I think I remember seeing that movie. That does look familiar. They do have quite a few of them, though.
How do I make it bigger?
I think if you visit the website, then click on the picture.
Yeah, my internet, I have a crap computer. Whenever I open up other screens, it starts shutting off my internet and messing with everything. So my apologies. Trying to work with me.
I have that movie on Blu-ray.
Right. Just One of the Guys?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll look into that one.
Is somebody getting a phone call? I hear a beeping.
It's, you know, I jingle. I'm a jingly, so that they can find me in case they lose me. Just kidding.
You probably get phone calls all day. I don't know how you leave notifications on. Like for every Facebook or this, you probably have the pop-ups. Boom. You know, MichaelRayBower said hello.
I'm hypersensitive. I work myself to the point where I don't have to wake up if my phone rings and I'm sensitive enough to wake up if I need to, if it's important. I'll be pulled from my dream because I'm that sensitive. But yeah, I'm on call 24/7. However, if I'm exhausted, I will rest, and if I'm not, I will wake up.
Yeah, I hate notifications, man. Like on all the platforms, every time they give a message or this or that, boom, boom, boom. No.
Don't do the dings. Turn off the dings. The dings are the things.
LaTanya said the movie Tank Girl was better. I remember that movie. It starred a woman as well, but it's not that fondly to me.
Tank Girl reminds me of that one where they use Gatorade instead of water. Is that the same? No, it's not the same thing.
That's Idiocracy. Isn't that Idiocracy?
Cheesy. It's very cheesy. There's some cheesy parts. But that was like the era. That was like the vibe. and it's comedic, right? Because it was so like, oh, they did that. It's not like very realistic, but it's funny kind of vibes.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite movie, Brent? And do you have a favorite movie, Faith? Go one by one.
Favorite movie for me?
Yeah.
Uh, have to be Home Alone.
Really? That's interesting.
That's one I remember watching a lot as a kid.
Aww.
You know what? Macaulay Culkin, wasn't he just at a boxing or UFC match or something like that?
He was at Monday Night Raw.
That's what it was. Monday Night Raw.
Yep, him and his brother, Kieran, the one that played Fuller.
Yeah. I thought he was doing a devil sign when I saw the video, but it could also be labeled as he was doing the Hello New York City, like I love you all sign. But nowadays I'm hypersensitive to, you know, the Satanism, the whatever you call them, the symbolism. I'm really hypersensitive. Plus, in a weird way, Macaulay Culkin is involved in the pedophile type of information from back in the days where there's rumors that he had a run-in with a producer that showed him the shoes made of human leather from the little girl in the movie Poltergeist. There's a story out there that Macaulay Culkin admitted that like these producers told him he needed to get in line, and then they showed him the leather from Heather, or apparently the shoes they were wearing were made from the skin of the little girl Heather O'Rourke, you know, that passed away. So Macaulay Culkin has a history of alleged, you know, abuse from the industry. And then that's why he wasn't working in movie and TV and film anymore. But now all of a sudden, I mean, he deserves it, but he gets the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now he's in movies again. He's going to WrestleMania. His brother wins a SAG award, wins an Academy Award. Like,
Baby.
did they sell their souls to the devil, or are they not releasing information that maybe Macaulay or any of them were abused, and now Hollywood is bringing them back? You get it? Because they didn't relieve any information about these producers or these people, and maybe Hollywood is like letting them back in. You know, shut your mouth, we'll make you a star again. It's one of those thoughts that went through my head the other day.
Didn't his dad abuse him too?
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I haven't really looked into it, but I'm sure you're right. I think they took some of his money.
Yeah.
Home Alone. Do you remember watching that movie, Faith?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a great plan. Helped to figure out ways to escape situations. I used to think about that kind of stuff, so I like that movie. I do think about that kind of.
Lord knows you growing up, you have learned. I know a lot about her. You have had to learn ways of escape from people or homes, or you've learned that. I learned that from my brother. My brother's always drinking, doing the bad stuff. I had to learn ways to avoid them. You know, go to the outside. Hopefully they don't hear you.
How is your brother doing?
Again, I don't know. I mean, he's still drinking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I'm sad that I don't want to talk about. I know I talk about it every once in a while, but I'm not feeling it today. But I appreciate that, Brent. But yeah, I mean, he's alive. He's alive, and he has a place he's staying at, but he's still drinking. And
I know about that. My mom's twin brothers died from alcoholism. So
that shit is the saddest disease, man.
It's hard to watch them
deteriorate. There are people, yeah, there are people that know how to drink and, you know, maybe drug or whatever every day or a little bit every day. And again, they know how to handle it. But then there are people that the minute anything touches their lips or their body, they become a different person. they are not that person that was in front of you. You know, they are like in some cases, like a demon or this or a different person.
They're allergic to it. Sounds like they're allergic to the alcohol. Because
Yeah, I mean,
alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
That they are called spirits for a reason.
That would turn my uncle.
If they mix it with like reishi, or they put like ginger in it, or they add like they drink water and ice on the side. If they try to receive it and take care of themselves, they shouldn't do that. But if they're just eating crap food and drinking crap, because some of it's in plastic, so then they have the side effects of the plastic and it goes into them. It's different. Like, it's toxic.
Right when you said that, I was drinking out of a plastic bottle.
I apologize. I was paying attention.
No, it's true. Look, at my old age, it sounds really dumb, but like, I haven't put it all into play, but like with the help of you and myself, and I got diagnosed with diabetes 2 about 6 or 7 or 8 years ago. I've learned a lot more than I knew about the food system, and I'm scared shitless. Like I don't, I don't like any of it. Like, I'm afraid of everything, even if I buy something organic. Like, is it organic? Like, I'm like, it scares me.
If it has 4 numbers on it, it's not organic. If it has 5, it is organic. So that's how you can tell the difference between organics and organics, is if it has 4, it's for sure not organic. If it has 5, it's possibly organic. The best place to go shopping would be farmers market for you, to get to know the farmers, talk to them, and some of them come from Ojai out there, like near where you're at. The Ojai farms are very clean.
There's farmers around me. I live by 2 fields.
Yay.
There you go. You live out. You don't have to say where, but you live out in the open. That is like probably a dream of faith and a dream of mine nowadays. I would love land to learn how to grow my own food and have chickens, because I can't afford eggs anymore. But that would be a dream of mine at my age. That's why a lot of actors, when they get money, they kind of move out and they buy land, because they started to realize what's really going on.
Have a garden.
Yeah, I love
Do you?
That's what we do.
Do you have a baby plant? Is there one plant that's yours, like a certain plant or vegetable or something that's yours that you take care of?
Take care of them all.
Here's an interesting story. Sorry, go on.
I said mine grow. I have big trees, like huge ones, and then I have they call them volunteers. So if I move around, I bring the pots, and the pots, they get seeds from the plants that were growing at the other locations. So then now they're here and they're growing here. So it's like massive, and I'm about letting the sprouts grow up, and then I'll pull them, and then I'll put them in different locations together. And I think it's so sacred to garden and to love the earth, to take care of them properly.
That is true, that comment.
Yeah. I have like a softball field size garden. It's beautiful. Maybe bigger than softball field. It's beautiful though.
Well, hopefully I'll see it one day. But I've been begging you for us to move out and move in, because I think we're both creative.
I'm going to Oregon soon, so if you want to get a train out here, I could take you up to see your mom.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We need to talk about that.
Okay.
But I wanted to tell a story of me growing a vegetable for my first time. So when I had the house, we had a little area around the house that had like a little couple of trees or little bushes or whatever they're called. I don't know all the names. But I went to Home Depot one day, and somebody left a bag, and it was by my car when I was leaving Home Depot. And I opened up the bag, and I was looking around. Did somebody leave a bag? And I opened up the bag. There was packages of seeds for like bell peppers, sunflowers, like a bunch of packages of seeds. I'm like, well, I'm going to take them. and then I'm gonna plant them all separately on that little area by my house, like in a little brick container. And then some things started to grow. I don't know if the soil was proper. I don't really know any of that. But I had a sink, and that area was right by my sink. And then my sink, unfortunately, around that time, it had a leak. And until we could afford a plumber to come in and do all the things, we had a hole on the outside of the house. And like the water, the dirty water from the sink or whatever, some of it would leak out of that hole and like fall into the soil. So that's where I planted like some of the things. But I planted the bell peppers there. They were like red bell peppers.
Smart.
But I had another thing of like orange bell peppers, like seeds. So I planted all the seeds together in the one area. And then I kid you not, like a month later or however long it was later, I noticed I had Frankenstein bell peppers growing. They were the color of red, orange, yellow. They had streaks in them. And then I realized it had some of the waste from the sink. And I'm like, did I create a toxic bell pepper? Are there bell peppers in real life that have different colors?
Yes, they do have the mixed colors, and there are ways to modify or work with them and integrate them. We could do that with roses too. It just matters if they can mate and they can integrate their seeds together to intertwine and grow together. It's called gray water. Is what they call it. What you're saying that was coming out.
Yeah, that was gray water. Yeah, you're right.
In a filter, it sounds like the dish soap that was being utilized was different. And then anything else, like it depends on what you're eating. You know, what kind of seeds are those? Where'd you get them from? What kind of vegetation? Was it an oversized bell pepper, or was this the packet that came? Did the picture show that they're oversized bell peppers? Because regular bell peppers, they are a little bit smaller.
Warren, probably Warren K. I want to thank you for picking up some merchandise from my store during the show. God bless you, brother. I appreciate you. I'll hit you up at a later time about that purchase. Thank you so much. But I wanted to eat the bell peppers because bell peppers were expensive even back then. So I wanted to eat it, but I was scared that I was going to be eating like a toxic Frankenstein, toxic Avenger bell pepper. but I ended up, taking because they started to grow like 5, 6, 7 of them. And I'm like, damn, I could save like $7 from the grocery store if I eat these bell peppers with my food. So I started to eat them, and I'm like, it tastes pretty good. It tastes even better than the grocery store. So I started putting the Frankenstein bell peppers with my turkey meat or my tacos or whatever I made. And then I wanted to make more bell peppers. So I was like, do I buy more seeds? I started to grow a bell pepper Frankenstein farm. But then I don't know what happened. The city came down and they put a thing on my house door that you cannot grow this food here because it's outside of your house. It's not a hidden garden. People can get sick. The damn red tape to live in California or America in general, it's just ridiculous. You can't even farm and do your own things.
Nah, that's really strange that occurred. I would have just got like a potato sack and some bamboo. You tie the bamboo and the potato sack together, and then there it's covered. They can shut the fuck up. Or sorry, they can be quiet.
I love it. Be that Faith Mystic. Faith Mystic had somebody try to pull a scam on her recently, and then she got on the phone with the damn Indian people. Not trying to be racial, but she's like, look, get your guru on the line. He's trying to scam me. I want my motherfucking check. You know what? I'm out here trying to make a living. I'm a badass boss bitch named Faith Mystic. I do 900 things for everybody. You ain't gonna fuck with me. I love that Faith Mystic. That Faith Mystic is hot as fuck.
They pretty much hacked my business profile on my Facebook page, and I had to deal with that, and I did because I have connections with beings who are well respected in multiple countries. And I got my website returned to me and they stopped bugging. But I didn't do that interview with that so-called doctor for $6,000. This freaking deal is too good a deal. That's like the amount of money to go do a concert. To get it offered an interview to get paid $6,000 for that. I should have seen the red flag, but you know, big eyes, big dreams.
Full eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Colin Madden with $2 setting organic produce. The number starts with the number 9, according to Colin Madden. Yeah, I heard that somewhere else before.
5 has to have 5 numbers on it. Cannot be 4.
And does it have to start with the number 9 to be organic?
9 is important to have on there, but that's the only number that they'll have on there. If it's 5 numbers, it'll be for sure starting with a 9.
They're trying to recruit you, Brent. They're saying Brentmania, grow onions. He's an onion guy.
I've never grown onions.
They're talking about, they have a show called Nobody Likes Onions in the Dabbleverse. So they're kind of talking that you're an onion guy. They think that you would enjoy the Dabbleverse, Brent. But there are some toxic people in that Dabbleverse, brother.
I don't think that's my thing.
Yeah, nah. Wrestling show. We'll talk about that for a second. Faith and Brent, did you ever watch wrestling? Did you watch wrestling growing up?
Oh,
Faith?
yeah. I wanted to be a wrestler, but I came with this instead of.
Dude, you would be a hot diva. You would be a hot ass fun diva.
I would have so much fun. I know jujitsu. I'm powerful in my ability to kick ass.
Oh, I know you can kick ass
all the time because I don't want to get in trouble. Not everyone's into it, you know. Like you spank somebody back after they spank you, and they're like, "Oh my gosh."
I love it. Do you have? We'll start with Brent, and then we'll go to Faith. Brent, have you ever dreamed of being a wrestler? And have you ever came up with a character or a name of a wrestler you would be?
I definitely dreamed about it. A patriotic character. And I really haven't
never
thought
came
of
up with a name?
No, probably just go by my own name.
Guys, we're going to have another beautiful guest in a second from my show as well. MOONGIRL's going to get on here in about a minute when I cut back to her. Faith, have you ever, what would your character's name be in wrestling?
Sailor Moon. I'm just kidding.
That's a good one.
You know what? Unfortunately, with trademark, they would have to, buy the rights to that type of a character. But that would work in wrestling.
I could be. I could do Venus. I'll have my hair over my body parts.
Call you Mother Nature. Mother Nature, the wrestler.
See through bikini and tape my hair. I don't know how I'm gonna do that and fight, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, Mother Nature. We could do Mother Nature. I think Venus, Aphrodite.
Please welcome another favorite of mine. Her name is MOONGIRL, the mistress of the paranormal. I don't know if you guys have met, but you guys are veterans of my Happy Alien podcast that will be coming back. But MOONGIRL, Sarah, a.k.a. Meet Faith Mystic, and meet Brentmania.
Nice to meet you guys.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, I got so many beautiful people on today. I'm just feeling the love.
I love and miss you, and thank you for having me on again. I appreciate that.
Oh, no worries. This was kind of an impromptu hangout because I told my anxiety and my fears that I have all the time. Instead of me just doing a show where I just talk for 3 hours, I got to try to get guests on a show and hang out and have fun at least once a week, to meet new people, to bring new people into my life. Right now we're using the veterans, but I need to do this for my anxiety and my fears and all that other stuff. So thank you guys for impromptu hanging out. and just talking with me. What's new in your world, Sarah MOONGIRL? Anything going on?
Just excited about the lunar eclipse we're having tonight, and in other parts of the country, it's tomorrow. So yeah.
All right, talk more about this lunar eclipse a little bit. You and Faith probably know everything about it. Am I going to turn into a werewolf or a vampire? What's going on?
It's gonna be blood, so it's
Always be a vampire, baby. Always the vampire.
yeah, turning to red. So it's like you started watching approximately closer to what they said to 12:34 to 1:30 a.m. that it starts. They say 2:34. You want to be awake. You might want to take a cat nap so you could be awake, and then it goes all the way to like 3 something. But it's nice to see the fullness, and then while it's waning again, to turn that into what are you ready to release? Because it's the what are we receiving? What is this blessing? And then also what has to be released through that experience. There's a lot of heart healing through the journey whenever we have a red moon. It's very sacred. It's very, very deep on passion, deep on think about blood, think about you, think about your life.
Sarah knows a lot about that stuff as well. So give us a little bit of information that you study about the lunar eclipse.
Well, lunar eclipses happen when the sun and the moon are opposite each other in a full moon. So it's basically like a full moon on steroids. So yeah, and it's a lot of time of releasing things and stagnant energy in people. Of course, it affects every rising sign differently. So I would encourage people to look at their rising sign first. If they do not know the rising sign, go by your sun. But yeah, definitely check your rising. So depending, again, it affects every sign differently, what house it's going to fall on. So that's where you'll be releasing something.
That's amazing. I love all that stuff. Like, I really believe everything exists. Astrology, the moon, the energy, the spiritual, but like I haven't been able to pinpoint everything, and I'm not really fully sold on one thing in particular. But I love all that stuff, and
you're my favorite sign of all time, Michael.
Yay! And we are living in we're living in the age of Aquarius.
Yes, Aquarius.
Aquarius. You remember that musical?
Yes. Fifth dimension, baby. Fifth dimension.
My one of my friends making me sing that song. He wants me to learn the Age of Aquarius song and sing it. So I get to learn that song. I'm excited. I'll think about you too.
It's a great song. You should totally do it, girl.
I'm into it. I'm into it. I like the way it feels. It's a beautiful, sacred song.
Yes, I agree.
I want to watch Jesus Christ Superstar again. When I grew up, I was kind of religiously involved for many years of my youth life. And I remember that musical Jesus Christ Superstar and the songs Jesus Christ Superstar, dun 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 dun, where you are. But like it was so awesome to watch that when you're growing up trying to learn about Jesus. It was just so awesome.
My mom's.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Brent.
my mom's father thought that was satanic. Jesus Christ Superstar.
It might have been. I got to watch it again and see what it's all about at my age now. I got to watch a lot of things again, you know?
He was a diehard Catholic.
Oh, religion, man. I question religion. I question everything nowadays. Everything. I even question my own self. Am I insane? Am I living in a simulation?
Yes.
But are you guys using AI? We'll start with Faith. Are you using AI nowadays for anything?
I believe I do respond to like certain messages when it has to do with some of the studies that has to do with physics or science or something that has to be sectioned in like proper ways so that I don't have to sit there and go through doing it properly. The AI does it for me for my paragraphs and little dots on it. But I do have like a music video that's made by AI by one of my other producers that took some of my songs and made a music video with his music. I didn't ask for it, but it happened, and it's very interesting. It's very beautiful.
Well, once you have AI porn with your face, you made it, baby. You made it.
Oh, God.
Hey, I feel so special. No,
I know. That's
that. I'm good.
I can't imagine how it would make the actual actress or singer or woman feel to
I have
actually
people who send me
find that
their
on a website.
Yeah, no, it would feel weird because you have to be. It's important to love yourself. But I've had people have me listen to their AI songs that they made, and I gotta tell you, I can't. It's just It's not the correct way. It's not in timing. Some of it, like the verse and the chorus, doesn't match up in rhythm or in timing or even in the octaves necessary in some parts. But some parts are like super sweet. So take those super sweet parts and then have real people sing the chorus, or just like it just seems overwhelming to listen to the AI music when people don't know how to actually make music and they don't know how to edit it properly. So, but I do like the art. I have utilized the art for, I think like my children and I, we hang out, we do that, but not for business. I am an artist. I don't need to do that.
Oh, what about you? Do you use AI for anything nowadays, Sarah?
No, I do not. I'm not a fan. I don't really like technology. I use it because we have to. But
Me and you,
I
we
think
talked about this. We suck at technology and anything. We suck at it.
I mean, kudos to there's like great artists who use, AI and stuff like that. Kudos to you guys, but it's not my thing. I know my strengths and weaknesses, and it's just not for me. But it's beautiful if you know how to do things with it.
What about you, Brent? Do you use AI for anything with wrestling or anything else?
No, never used AI.
Sarah, we asked everybody this question. Did you grow up watching wrestling? And if you did you ever dream about being a character? And what would your character's name be in wrestling?
I was obsessed and still are with Undertaker and Paul Bearer, and I even have a urn I found at the thrift shop. So I did a little, kind of thing. I love him, and I think my name would be Mistress of the Paranormal. So yeah.
I met Paul Bearer in person.
You met Paul Bearer? That's the guy with the Undertaker, right? That put him in the casket?
Yes, he passed away.
Yeah, in 2013. Yeah.
I was obsessed. I have his like little wrestling thing, his little character. I have a box of wrestling toys I still have with me, and the ring. So I was really big into wrestling when I was younger. I kind of like stopped a few years back. They kept changing things up, and so I just kind of like couldn't keep up with it. But like Elite and all those things. But yeah, I like the old school wrestlers. Ric Flair, of course, Undertaker, those kind of things. But yeah.
So you grew up with all that stuff, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I did too, but I stopped watching around the time of the Attitude Era.
So we would watch Lucha Libre all the time with my grandparents. So Santos, we loved him. And I think I kind of like that more.
Well, yeah, Lucha Libre is pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. That Mexican wrestling, if that's what it's officially called, that shit is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They are athletes, boy. A couple of them made it to the pros. I can't think of the names right now, but they did, or to the WWE. Not the pros. But yeah, I love that stuff.
Well, the older ones didn't, but some newer ones now have.
All right. Sorry, I just started to blank. Anything anybody wants to talk about? It's on your mind about anything, pop culture, movies, whatever.
I have a question.
The monkey. Did y'all go through the monkey yet?
All right, we'll get to that. Brentmania had a question, though. I want to respect Brent. This guy sends me so much damn support and love, just like all of you do too. But Brent, what was your question, brother?
Did they ever have a Nickelodeon trading card back when you were there?
No, not that I could think about. I started collecting trading cards like football, baseball. all that other stuff, you know, in my youth. And I would be on the set of the Wonder Years, and me and Fred Savage, we would like he would make the producers or the assistants or whatever go to like a local store, a liquor store or wherever, and buy him a box of like football cards or baseball cards, and we would open it up in his dressing room while we were filming, and we became like really good friends because of that. But I don't remember a Nickelodeon trading card back in the days. I know you just bought a WWE card of your favorite wrestler, Bailey.
Yep.
So that's really cool. Do you collect a lot of cards?
I don't. That's my first time buying cards.
There you go. You broke your cherry, baby, with a wrestling card with Bailey. Bailey took your virginity. Let's go.
I wish he did.
Well, trust me, we all did. Probably. Bailey's a cool athlete. Yeah, do you collect anything, Faith? And then we'll go to Moongirl. What do you collect, Faith, beyond your musical instruments, or do you have like a little hobby that nobody knows about?
I have huge giant crystals, snake and a cobra in a jar, and
you got a snake?
Yeah, you want to see it?
No, I'm afraid.
Ancient, like altar pieces.
I don't even like to look at my own little snake.
Oh, jeez.
The year of the snake, baby. It's the year of the snake.
Is it? I thought it was the year of the dragon.
That
was last year. Well, it's
but it's also now, like it's serpentine.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have no snakes. Have you ever wrapped a big old boa constrictor around your body and taken pictures of all that sexual way or whatever?
I did it.
Not in a sexual way, but yeah, I had it on me. It wasn't mine, but I had it on me.
What about you, Faith?
Yeah, but it wasn't sexual. It was very surprising. It really just kind of appeared. Christian, the guy who looks like a non-human, he brought his boa, and it just kind of started coming to me, and it wrapped around my waist. Then it slid up in my back, and then it put its face down like that. And I was doing like a live video on Facebook. I was like, I feel like I'm very sacred. I was like, okay, now please just help me and take it off now. But I've held like albino rattlesnakes. I do things that other people are scared to do, like that. But yeah, I love snakes. I love all creation mostly.
They said his face filming with an aerial drone. That was funny.
I have comic books. I have like a massive supply of comic books and vintage rock shirts, some platinum record stuff. Just different weird things to resell that I have to collect to be a reseller. But yeah, it's kind of like that on the side. And then instruments. I have a wild collection of instruments, like ridiculously large amount of music equipment.
That's awesome, though. I mean, we all like our own different things. Apparently, according to other people, I like to collect people in a basement. Somebody said that earlier, that I have people held hostage in a basement. No, that's not my thing. I'm afraid of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But the only imagery that I can remember of a snake is from Tia Carrere in the movie Wayne's World, where she does a scene where she comes out holding a snake, and they're like making a music video or something. What do you collect, Sarah? Do you have any collections of pop culture or unique things that nobody might might not know about?
I collect horror toys, and I also collect haunted objects. So I have a couple of haunted dolls and other objects. I also like to collect a lot of divination tools. So that's fun for me. And when I get a chance, like autographs, like old school autographs, I have some of the Munsters. And old
which ones?
Oh my gosh. The one I really wanted was Lily. She wasn't there. And Herman was there. What's his name? Eddie was there, and Grandpa. I do not have the rest of them. So, but they're like, I'll show you a picture when we get off. So yeah, those are some of the things I like to collect.
Would there be an autograph for the hand character?
That's
That's the
Oh,
Addams
that's the
Family
Addams Family. That's right.
that's called Sting.
thing. Yes.
Thing.
I do not have any of their autographs. I wish I did. Unfortunately, I do not. But I have
And
like
you
the
know what I
monthly
realized?
toys.
Gilligan, did they ever get off the island?
They did in a movie,
Yeah, I saw
Not
that
in the
movie
show. Not in the
10
show,
years
right?
later. Yeah, they
not
never
in
got
the
off the
show.
island on
No,
the show. And damn Gilligan messed up every attempt at them getting off the island. Some of them should have killed Gilligan early on. Once they realized every time they're trying to get off the island, you got to take Gilligan out. Red team go. Red team go. You know, Gilligan. Damn, dude. Sorry, I started watching some episodes recently. What are your some of your favorite shows as a kid? We'll start with we'll go Brent, then Faith, and then Shara.
favorite show, like cartoon or what?
One specific show that you like literally had to watch every week, whether it be animation or whatever, just one show that you just love to watch.
Family Matters.
Really? Urkel and all that shit, huh?
Yep, I have a signed Steve Urkel poster over here.
There you go, brother. I gotta have Jalil. Well, I
just
know
finished.
Jalil a little bit.
I just finished his book, Growing Up Urkel.
He's got a book. I gotta make a book called Grown Up DonkeyLips or some bullshit like that. Make a couple of dollars.
I think you can relate to some of that in the book about acting as a child and.
Yeah, but that was Urkel, man. I was on a cable show. At most, we had like 300,000 viewers at any episode. Family Matters, 9 million an episode, you know, stuff like that, like, or 20 million an episode show. I don't know that type of fame. Faith, do you have one show growing up that you just love and you'll always watch it again and you love it?
I haven't found any recent episodes from that, but I think it's a mix between Shelley Duvall's stories and the Tales from the Crypt. Those two.
Shelley Duvall?
Yeah, Duvall's like HBO special. She'd read stories and she'd be in
Storytime Theater.
Yeah, and then also Tales from the Crypt because I was already seeing like spirits and stuff, so it felt nice to watch things that were different.
Did you know I had the pleasure of being on an episode of Tales from the Crypt?
You have not showed me that. I've not seen that on your bio. I would love to see a clip.
Yeah, I was like 12 or 13 years of age. It was directed by the director of The Goonies. Passed away recently. Rest in peace, Dick or Richard Donner. Yeah, I was on the episode called Dig That Cat. He's Real Gone, where this character was like a cat. He had 9 lives. Then he was telling people to give them money to kill him. So he'd make like $100,000 every time they killed him at a carnival, at an event. They would put him under the ground and he'd come back to life. But he counted wrong. So like he on his 8th attempt, he knew he'd have one more life and then he would stay alive and live off all the money he made. But he counted wrong. So on his 8th attempt, they basically murdered him. Wow. And he was gone because he was a cat that had 9 lives. It's like the second episode once it started. They made 3 episodes, and it's the second one. So
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Shara, any favorite TV shows?
I loved watching reruns of The Munsters, The Addams Family. And I would watch when I was able to, when I had a chance and I caught it, was Are You Afraid of the Dark? If you guys remember that.
I love Nickelodeon show.
Of course, I loved watching you, duh. Yeah, those are some of my favorites that I would really love watching.
Well, I have technically proposed to all these women that are on the screen at many different intervals in my life. So if either one of you want to officially get married with me, I still am technically single. So let me know, okay?
You know
Since
what
you
I
were
was
watching me
thinking?
since a child.
Me and her, we can be like, do you remember Batman Forever when there's like Drew Barrymore? She's like the blonde, and then there's the other chick who is like the dark-haired one. Do y'all remember that? No,
Poison Ivy?
not Poison Ivy.
It's not the kind of lady.
The one with Two-Face. They were both with Two-Face.
I
forgot
Oh,
her name.
they
She was
each
on
had a girl.
Beethoven. Yeah. So he had like a darker side, the girl with the black hair, and then it was Drew Barrymore, the blonde.
There you go.
That'd be fun.
I just realized I might
We
might
can
be
hear
into
love
it.
it from afar.
There
Because
you go.
we're magically delicious, we can energetically hug you. Hug you.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
I've always wanted a throuple with beautiful women. Can we fulfill some fantasies? Lord knows, at my old age, I need it. Sorry, where did my brain go? Oh, one of my favorite shows growing up. I mean, I'm not going to go with animation, but I'm going to go with regular TV. Oh, real quick, Sarah, Tales from the Dark Side. Does anybody remember that show that came on like at midnight on Saturdays or something?
That was a good show. Do y'all remember Faces of Death when you were able to catch that? I loved
hated that movie. I hated it. It scared the shit out of me. They killed a cow. A guy shot himself. And
Well, this is pre-internet, or like it was like the infancy, so you couldn't really watch, I guess, real life horror stuff. So you have the Faces of Death and stuff like that. And then later on the internet, there was like rotten.com where you would be able to see like, messed up things, I guess, that you weren't able to see. It was really hard for you to.
Yeah. It was weird how we could see things like that. I remember like having a summer party in like, I think it was like first grade. And we turned on the telly and there was someone on a cross, butt naked. And it was a whole thing that was pornography. And I went to a Christian private school that was like $3,000 a month the 4 years I had. It was
was it all girls?
Their parents called my mom the next day so mad. It was crazy. Because we were like, what's that? It was totally illegal to watch, but it was still like, wow. I can't believe the things that we were allowed to watch as kids and our parents had no ideas.
Yeah.
I was into the sitcoms growing up. Like the sitcoms, like Mr. Belvedere, Punky Brewster, like those typical type of sitcoms. I was all into them.
What was that robot one? What was that robot show?
Small Wonder.
Oh, I really like that.
She's a small wonder, a child unlike other girls. She's a magical.
The battery in the back.
Magical. Say it again.
Is that the one who had the battery in the back?
Yeah.
That didn't last very long.
No.
Like 4 years. I went to a taping. That was before I was officially an actor. I went to a taping at Sunset Gower. It was called Desi Lou Studios. It was the Lucille Ball Studios back in the days. Then it became Sunset Gower. But I went to a taping of that, and I just remember it's like, I was like, I think her name was Valerie or Vicky or something like that. I'm like, that's
Vicky
the
on the show.
I'm in front of the robot girl. Aww. One of the greatest memories, man. Have you guys ever went to a live taping of an actual sitcom or game show? Go ahead, tell us your story, Brent.
I went to the Red Green Show in Toronto, Canada. I was in the audience.
Which one?
The Red Green Show.
I don't know that. Explain it.
Oh, it's a kind of hard to explain.
Is he a cowboy?
No. He has a lodge called Possum Lodge Lake. Look it up. It'd be easier if you look it up.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of hard to do with my computer technology.
Right, I understand.
People on the screen. Faith, what about you? Have you ever watched a live taping?
I've been on live TV, and like I've been on live TV. I've been in it on like the news and TV shows, like the news channels and things like that. It's different, like morning.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife. They raping everybody out here.
No,
Is that what he says?
Like,
Oh no, they
no.
stealing everybody out.
I was doing it, so it was like A's and Raiders, like appreciated us. I was in this like choir as a child, and I've been on TV. I did like the American Idol thing too. But yeah, it's interesting to be in
It
the
was on PBS.
show because they want you to pretend like it's a holiday, even though it's not a holiday. And you go and you film it way before the holiday, and then they air it way later, kind of like you do for your podcasts.
That is correct quote right there from Red Green.
Yeah, that he was on or PBS or something.
Yep. It was a show, more like it's more like a men's show. He would do all kinds of, he used duct tape for everything.
Yeah, I do remember that quote. Maybe it came from that show, but duct tape fixes everything.
Yeah, and you would say if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
Oh, that's what they were writing. So those are quotes from the show.
Yeah. He would use duct tape to
okay.
make weird like concoctions with. It's really interesting to me anyway. You can watch every episode on YouTube.
I'll check it out. You know, that gives me something to watch. I grew up watching, of course, like Saturday Night Live and the comedy shows. And there was a Canadian show that had like John Candy. I think it was called SLC Live or something like that.
SCTV.
With, you know, SCTV. I used to try to find episodes of that. And, you know, I grew up watching, you know, Where in the World is, like, I watch too much.
Yeah.
That's why I need a girlfriend. I need to
Rockapella.
stop watching TV and get a damn life. But Sarah, have you ever been to a live taping?
Yeah, it's a Spanish show, but it wasn't like a lot of audience. It was just limited of people who are going to be there, and so it wasn't like a big crowd like that. And then they just were just quiet when they told us to be quiet, and then filmed it, and that was it. It wasn't a big old thing.
I don't know if I should
But
give this
yeah,
story.
I've been
I
on
don't know if I
TV.
Oh, you've been on TV? Like what other shows? Or the moon?
God.
I mean, the paranormal stuff you've been on.
Oh yeah, the paranormal stuff too, and Tubi, and we were also on oh my gosh, what is it called? Roku TV, Fire, was it Amazon Fire, so those type of things. The podcast too. So it's been a few things.
I don't know if I should tell this story, but you know what? Since we're giving out, or I always give out TMI because I have no other people in my life. I got laid after a live taping of the show Fringe that I appeared on. Do you guys know that I was on a pretty popular episode of the TV show called Fringe?
When they went to prom.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that, but long story short, I was in acting school around this time, and I was starting to go out to clubs. I actually went to a club where Jennifer Aniston showed up that week we were filming, but I had the taping. So the show was now a year into its show, and it was like the best show on TV. I wasn't watching it, but when I told my acting class that week that I'm on the show, some girls in my acting, or one girl in particular, said, "You're on Fringe?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm taping it like on Friday. Can I go? Can you take me or whatever?" I'm like, "Oh, she's cute. She's hot. You know, like, this might be a date." And so I got tickets to the show, and fortunately, I filmed it the day before because we did it in a house. Then when they did it on stage, they were going to air the footage in front of the audience. So I was there, you know, they introduced me to the audience, but the girl was there, and, you know, she saw me interacting with the cast, taking pictures. They brought me on stage, thanked me. And then we did some other, like we did improv after the show. And then she stayed after the show. They had a little party behind the sets with a little bit of cake and everything. They celebrate every episode. So I brought the girl from the audience, to interact with the actors and everything. Well, I don't know if I got laid that night. It was after the beach. But long story short, she gave me a big old wet kiss, and I got to touch something that night because, I guess I was a superstar to her. So that was a kind of cool adventure. And a little while later, I went to the premiere of the movie The Beach with her and Leonardo DiCaprio because he was a friend of mine for years before that. And then I introduced her, and long story short, she fell in love with my celebrity. So people asked, have I ever gotten laid because I'm an actor? Well, apparently I think I have. So thank you. Thank you. I've been very blessed and lucky to have some passionate stuff because I'm an actor. There it is. You guys get laid because you're hot and awesome. I have to get laid because I'm an actor.
Which accounts to somebody must have said, wow, he has something special and appreciates that quality in you.
Facts. Again,
You're not
everything I'm available.
Don't be so hard on yourself, buddy.
I know. I appreciate it.
I can't relate to any of that.
But yeah, the sad part is, and I'll leave this story here. But like in real life, when I was growing up acting or being on TV or movie, it's cool to be recognized. But when you're starting to want to like girls or date girls, especially out here in Hollywood or California, when I would go to a dance or something like that, I would see somebody looking at me and I'm like starting to like girls. And I'm like, I want to dance with that person, or I want to get to know them. I want to, as the kids say, pull out my riz, and then you would dance with them or can I ask you to dance? And yeah, let's dance. Then we're dancing. And then somewhere in it, oh, I remember you. I know you from TV. I know you from here. I know you from there. Let me introduce you to my girlfriends or my friends. Then I'm like, did you only dance with me because you recognized me? Or was it because you thought I was handsome and you wanted me to approach you? That was the pain and the fears that always went through me on a lot of occasions with a lot of girls. And then I've had a lot of girls that they befriend me. They think I'm rich or famous or whatever the case may be. But then they find out my real life and the struggles and the, whatever else I have. Then they put me in a different category. Then they don't respect me anymore because I can't give them what they officially wanted, or they wanted their children to get in the industry, or they wanted to get in the industry. And then they basically don't respect me and leave me. And then it's happened with official girlfriends. So it's really painful.
They shouldn't be in your life then. Good riddance. They shouldn't be in your life then.
Exactly. Both I don't think that they belonged around you then. So
yeah, I know, but unfortunately, I don't realize all of that till we're a little bit in the relationship. Then on top of that, I'm a lover. I fall in love quickly. I can fall in love overnight. The next morning, I'll try to make you breakfast. You need a car, I'll try to buy you a car. If you need a car in life, I want to be there for people too much, and I fall in love too quickly. But I love women in general. I don't know if it's a flaw, but I don't think it is. But I love everybody, and I can find something attractive and beautiful about almost every human being in life.
Aww.
Aww.
Nothing wrong with that.
hats off.
Yeah, I'm trying to read some comments to get out. Anybody want to ask questions to anybody? Please get your comments in, because we're an hour and 50 in. I might do it for another 10, 15, 20 minutes at most. But yeah. The forbidden dance. Oh, lambada. Anybody ever? Did you ever dance to lambada? Anybody?
Yes, I just did that last week. I was walking through and they had something in going across the farmer's market, a pole, and I was like, ha 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 ha. So then I did it. Isn't that the one where like you go backwards?
Yeah, I think so. Where they did.
Yeah, I totally did that. And I don't usually do that, but it's weird that that was asked because I literally just did that, and I hadn't done that since like I was teaching probably kindergarten or first grade or something. It's been a while, a long while. So yeah, I recently did it.
Sarah, have you ever done any dances or been a prolific dancer in any some sorts of way?
Not a professional dancer, but going out with friends and dancing to 80s music, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you twerk? Apparently,
No,
that's what
I
everybody
can't.
loves nowadays.
I'm not a twerking girl. I'm more like the goth scene, so it's more like, yeah.
What a weird thing. I'm attracted to like goth women and all women in general, but yet I hate satanic symbolism. Go figure.
Well, just because they're gothic doesn't mean you're satanic. Those are
Correct,
two
correct.
very different things.
You know the difference. But some people, when I made a post of talking about satanic symbolism, some people were like, "Oh, I know you like goth girls. You've had goth girls on your show," and I'm like, "They're different. Maybe I'm into BDSM and I don't even know it. I don't know, but still, it's one of those things."
I mean, just like people who are not goth, they or people who are goth, they can be like religious and believe in God, and vice versa. Some people who are goth, they may be satanic. Other people may not. I mean, that's like two very different things. Or they could be spiritual. I mean, you cannot put somebody in a box and pigeonhole them. Those are very different things, different monsters.
Yeah, I'm not into men, Peter Isle. They said I should find a boyfriend because apparently they think it's not working out. I'm just not into men. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about it.
Is that a bear? Is it a bear? Mike,
Probably. I got a lot of bears. They made a website. They made a website many years ago. It was like a bear website, and then they had pictures of me like from TV and movie appearances where I almost always have my shirt off. Even in videos with you guys, I send you videos with my shirt off. Yeah, I'm just like, hey, what are you doing? How you doing? I guess I live my life naked in a weird way. But there was a website with bears, and I found it, and somebody sent it to me, and it said something like, "Oh, he's a chub I would like to be with," or something like that. And I got freaked the fuck out. I got scared. I was like, "Oh, what the hell is going on?"
Well, yeah, that
Not
sentence alone, that sentence would feel violating. That sentence, what it represents. So that makes sense why you felt a bit timid, you know. But they can't touch
Talk
you.
of being on a website that you had no knowledge of. I think that's pretty shocking.
Did you sue them?
Well, it was snapshots from the movie or TV because I have my shirt off in probably like 5 or 6 projects, on shows or movies. So they took snapshots. So I'm not even about suing them. I don't care. But then it was released, or there was a group or a community of the bears or the gays, or forgive my terminology, I'm sorry. But they all of a sudden hit me up, on direct messaging or social media, and, "Oh, you're handsome and I'd like to meet you." And I'm like, what the hell? You're scaring me. I like women, even fat girls. I'm into fat girls. Let's go. But I like women. So it was a little scary for me.
You can get it taken down, Mike. I've had like some of my fans send me screenshots of my images that were leaked on different websites or different profiles that were created. And I can directly contact them and the company or the website, and they will take it down. Just you have to prove who you are.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is many years ago. I'm not even going to worry about it. It doesn't bother me, to be quite honest with you. And probably around that time, I literally became good friends with the first gay person that I was technically around. You get it? Like, I didn't know this person was gay. We became friends. Then during our process of hanging out, then I met like his boyfriend, and I'm like, oh my God, you're gay? Like, and I'm like, wow, you've been my good friend for like almost a year now, and I'm barely finding it out. But then I looked at gay people a little bit differently. Then I watched the play musical called Rent, and that had a gay character named Angel. So then I started to, I don't care. It's not my thing, but don't bother me, unless you're coming on to me or doing stuff that I don't appreciate. Don't bother me. Somebody, oh, here. Did I meet Joe Pontiolano? Yeah, he was from the Goonies. He was in that episode of Tales from the Crypt. He was the guy that had 9 lives, Joe Pontiolano. He's one of the Fratelli brothers from the Goonies. Yes, I met him and I worked with him. And I can't believe how many Goonies people that I worked with, after meeting, rest in peace, Dick Donner. There was a question for Faith or Shara. Here we go. Toon said, ask MOONGIRL about Peter Steele.
Oh, I love Peter Steele. I had like the biggest crush on Peter Steele. Unfortunately, he passed away. I believe it was like heart failure or something. It was really sweet because, well, it's sad, but it was sweet because he loved his cat so much, and he was feeling sick, and he didn't want to go to hospital because his cat was feeling sick as well. So he didn't want to leave his cat alone. So he didn't go to the hospital, and then he passed away.
Is he an actor? Singer?
He's a singer. It was the band Typo Negative. My girlfriend's girlfriend. She looks like you. I love that. I love Typo Negative and Peter Steele. And he also came on in Playgirl, ladies. Just saying. So yeah. And he came on Jerry Springer one time too.
Did you talk to us too? Like, did you try to contact him after he transferred?
I never tried to contact him afterwards, but I did try my hardest with Yvonne DiCarlo. She did not come through. The only celebrities that ever came through were someone I really, really love, Walter Mercado, who is like this renowned psychic medium from Puerto Rico. I had Bella Lugosi. I had this other Spanish actress who, a singer who died in a plane accident. And those are the only celebrities that have ever just naturally came to me. But I tried with Yvonne DiCarlo because I'm obsessed with Lily Munster, but she did not.
I have to answer this question. For some reason, it's bothering me. Johnny Bowser said, how the hell do you not realize someone is gay? Well, in the truth of the world, I guess my gaydar wasn't working, but let's be honest. This person, he's still a good friend in my life. He is a very manly person that didn't want the community of acting to know. And he hid it very well. He's a very manly, regular Joe Schmo type of guy. So that's why when I found out, I was like, wow, it's such a huge shock to me because I normally have good gaydar. But with the flamboyant type of, people.
Well, not everybody who is gay or, bisexual or they, thems, whatever, are very flamboyant. I'm a huge supporter of the LGBTQ plus, but not everybody wants to be out, and it's not our right to out people or anything. It's whenever they're ready, and if you want to keep it in, again, it's none of our business. But not everybody's very flamboyant.
Yeah, I found out my friend was gay. We were hanging out. I think we were talking like strategy because we were going to film an acting like web short or project together. And we were like writing a script or something he had a house like out in Hollywood, and it ended up going longer. I ended up showing late. It's like 9 or 10 p.m. I was supposed to be gone by like 10 p.m. Then all of a sudden this guy comes sneaking in his room, like through the hills, and then opening the door. And then he's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, and then I put it all together. The one guy was really flamboyant. The other guy was my friend. And I'm like, that's your fucking boyfriend. Y'all are going to do the sexy.
Oh, jeez.
And then I found it out, and then they were begging me, don't tell our other friends. I'm not out right now. It's a secret. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm not here to fuck anything up. But it was just a shock. It was really weird. But he's the simple gay man, or like the straight gay man. That's why I guess he had a flamboyant type of, hairdresser boyfriend, But hey, it doesn't matter. None of that shit bothers me.
Love is love, man.
Until
Amen
it
to that.
affects me personally, I don't know. But I do have the belief, and I hope I don't offend, don't leave me if you guys are friends of mine. But I do believe that with today's society, if you're born a man, whether you transition to a woman, you're still a man according to society's rules, and that's how I'm going to see you. Because when it gets complicated with all of that stuff, I am dumb. I don't know. I can't figure it out. Penis means a man, vagina means a girl. That's how stupid and low IQ I am. We'll leave it at that.
What about hermaphrodites?
You know what? Do they exist? That's
They
a good
do.
question.
I've met them. They have both parts.
You've met them?
Yeah, I totally.
Have you met them sexually, where you can just take one piece and here, you don't need me?
No, but it's a whole different. It's beautiful, but it's both parts. It's
You
just
like
not
that? Is that good?
and then they have breasts as well. It's a beautiful being. I call them hermaphrodites. Do I like it? I'm not trying to
I know.
do
I was doing comedy.
okay. You know that I'm hypersensitive to others. Like I don't try to put myself out there with everybody. But yeah, no, they're beautiful.
No, but they do exist, right? So you have seen one.
I gave birth to, like, all of my kids have experienced the LGBTQ, like the non-binary experiences and the feeling like they're not.
What do they call it? Gender.
Sex. I went through that too. I didn't want to be called a queen. I wanted to be called a king. And even though, like, I'm fine with my womb and my everything, I wasn't trying to, like, change my sex or anything. I just didn't want to feel less than. And my reasoning behind, like, within my own journey was don't put me into a small box and give me a category that I have to be looked at as in a segregated way. Call me beloved. Like, let us all be beloved, and let us stop segregating against each other. So my kids went through their journeys. 2 of them have come from those, and they're okay with being called she, her now, but 2 of the other ones are still on the other journeys where they both want to be called they, them, and for sure not the words of their gender. And it's because they don't feel like they're those ways. They don't want to be limited to a stereotype. They'd rather be free to be whoever they want to be. And that's what those words represent for some beings, is a segregation or a limit to what their possibilities are in the public eye, and they don't want to be limited. So it's not even about
We just had an earthquake.
Good.
I think we just had an earthquake. This thing started
That's because I
shaking.
felt my breath. I apologize. I forgot to breathe. Just give me a
Oh,
second.
don't even worry about it. No, trust me. Again, I don't care.
As
Long as they're kind-hearted human beings, or whatever the term is nowadays, like I said, it don't bother me. Do you? But the world does put constraints on terminology and this and that, for legal purposes. So whatever. We're all fucking aliens. We're all aliens. It's all good.
They have to label everything.
They have to label everything. Yeah, exactly right. Again, I'm not too much into all that stuff. I don't care. Don't bother me. I love everybody. I love you until I have to hate you, if that makes any sense. Okay. Trying to see if we had any other good, really questions for anybody in particular. Brentmania, there we go. What project made you a Michael fan, or a me fan, I guess?
What project?
That's what it says.
I guess
Was it did you watch a TV show and then find me on YouTube, or you found me on YouTube and then became a friend or a fan?
I found you from What Movie 1 talking about you.
Oh yeah, Brendan.
Yeah. So I decided to watch you, and you seem like a nice guy. So
Oh, that's awesome. Do you still watch Brendan every once in a while?
yeah, I still watch his videos.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see him this weekend. Somebody apparently sent me a computer, based off of all the videos I made. They sent me an Apple iMac from like 2018, and they sent me at the same time they sent me like a Lenovo laptop called the ThinkPad.
Yep.
But I don't give out my address, so Brendan allowed me to use his PO box, and then it was delivered a couple of days ago. So I got to figure out a way to go pick it up from Brendan. So hopefully I'll see him this weekend, Sunday or Monday or something like that. Sarah.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find you and what you do.
A psychic medium. I've been connecting with spirits since I was a very young child. I've been seeing ghost spirits since I was really little. But as far as divination work and being a paranormal investigator, I've been doing that since I was 12, and I am 40 now, so I have a few decades under my belt.
Happy
So
birthday. Did you just turn 40?
yes.
Happy
Oh my
birthday.
God, you're 10 years younger than me.
It's
Where
not
can
a-
people
that's not a
find
big
you? Do you have a website or
Yes, when they stop hacking my stuff or taking it off, you can find me on my socials, MOONGIRL, Mistress of the Paranormal. That would be Instagram and TikTok, which I had to remake that one because they took it. Also, YouTube, MOONGIRL Paranormal, the clapper. That sounds like an STD. MOONGIRL Paranormal.
clap on, clap off?
Yeah,
Clap,
yeah.
clapper.
What other? Most of the social medias are like MOONGIRL, Mistress of the Paranormal. So yeah. And then Facebook, like page MOONGIRL, Mistress of the Paranormal as well.
Like I tell everybody, should we make an OnlyFans together to make some damn money?
I'll do a feet one, but that's as far as I'm going.
That's the joke. Yeah, that's the joke.
You could do a podcast from there too. Like you could post podcasts on there and get a nice following. They have comedians on there. It's not always like that.
Me and Faith, we have conversations sometimes where, like, I'm just because I lie down so much, I'm in bed like 90% of the time. Where we talk sometimes on video chat, and we just talk about everything, and it's so fucking interesting. And like, I think I've joked with her, like, we should do an OnlyFans where you have like a naked podcast with people just talking about nothing and anything. And would that make money? And I started thinking about that. I think a while back we made that joke, or I made that joke. But I started to realize that my dad, when he got older and before he officially went blind, he was watching a public broadcasting show, like on public broadcasting. And it had like a girl that all she would do was be topless, and she would like talk, and she would have friends over. And then sometimes they would cook and make food and just talk to the camera and talk to her friends. This was on public access.
Hope she didn't burn her knit.
Not that I know of. But my dad loved it because my dad was lonely as well in his later life. And, he loved beautiful women. But for my dad, late at night, whatever time it was, to turn it on that channel and to have like beautiful women in front of him, just talking or feeling like he's around beautiful women, it like gave my dad like spunk and spritey, because he used to record it. We would press the record button on the VHS, and he would record it to have them on tapes. And I still got the tape somewhere here. What a memory, though, Now they do that on, they do stuff like that on OnlyFans or ChatterBait or those other websites, for a lot of money. But I just thought it was so interesting that people can be comforted. And it wasn't always in a sexual manner. I think it's just because my dad liked blonde women, and they had like blonde women all the time on there. And my dad felt comfort, and he felt appreciated, And it was just something that was interesting to me.
It's interesting that it was on public access. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was public access. They had a lot of crazy shows on public access back in the days. I wanted to create a show on public access, but I went to the cable company. You have to fill out a form. You have to tell them what the show's going to be about. You have to give them like a VHS tape and let them know like what it would look like and what it would be. And then they either approve it or whatever, but you would only get their studio for like an hour or two, like once a week or something like that if you were approved. And I remember I tried to do that when I was watching all those public access shows. Did you guys ever watch any public access show that you can remember? We'll start with Faith.
Rainbow.
There you go. Well, that's PBS.
Well, that's still public access, no?
I'm talking. It's something
public
different.
Broadcasting.
Though.
Public broadcasting, yeah.
Yeah, but
there was one that was coming through the Bay Area, and it was so embarrassing for my kids. I performed on it. It was like for upcoming musical artists, and so my band played on it. And oh my gosh, if I would have known like how thick my legs would have looked in those fishnet stockings and that mini skirt, I would have worn something longer. But I was kind of dressed like a goth chick because I was singing in a metal and rock band then.
Yeah, I like those pictures of you in your outfits.
But it still plays. Like I can't get it. I can't stop it from playing. It's in the playing thing. And so
in the playing thing.
Parents are like, oh, I saw you on public access. I'm like, oh gosh.
I want to watch it. I like watching everybody's stuff. I think it's fun.
I don't like sharing my metal and rock and roll days. I used to smoke then, so my voice was a bit different.
Yeah, that Pat Benatar voice. Hey, we are strong.
Nah,
that's
like
metal music.
It was like death metal, like melodic, very melodic.
Tired of being yelled at.
Other people can growl. I know how to growl now, but me growling would have been hard to talk after.
Well, MOONGIRL's probably a big knower of this. Is this considered death metal? The song that goes, cut my life into pieces.
No.
This is my last resort. Suffocation. No breathing. Cut my arm bleeding.
Papa Roach is not death metal.
This is fascinating.
Papa Roach. That's what it was. Papa Roach.
Papa Roach. Yeah.
Say that greatly, though, Mike. I think you should do a cover.
You know what? Faith,
Yeah.
Sarah, Brent, we all need to get together with anybody else. We need to do karaoke. We need to do karaoke. Whatever you like to drink, smoke, whatever anybody does, I don't care, but we all need to do karaoke. That would be the funnest night.
Yes, I'm down.
I'm up for it too, yes.
Could we do it on live stream? Would there be a way with the delay to do it on live stream? Like if I went to a website or an application where it would play the song, or would we all have delays?
I have no idea till you try it.
That sounds fun.
I think they could all hear us talking right now. I think this is a really awesome platform to try it on. Like, can one of you do at the same time as me? Like 1, 2, 3.
Okay, on the count of 3, let's all go.
You're talking and I'm singing, so we can hear each other. Everyone can hear each other. We could do it on here.
Let's try it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
It sounds good. Yeah, good job.
We have echo.
Yeah, I think it'll work.
Yeah, truth be told, people should wear headphones. And if you ever have a laptop or a microphone, it's always better to live stream without a big delay if you have headphones and an actual microphone. For some reason, that's how it works with like podcasting and broadcasting or whatever. But that would be fun, dude. Okay, I'll start with Brent, and then I got to get out of here because I got something else to do at like 7 p.m. But Brent, do you have a karaoke song that you would ever sing, and what would you choose?
I sung karaoke before.
All right. Do you remember the song you sang?
Yes, Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Can you give us a little bit of it? Let's have some fun.
Oh gosh. I don't remember how that goes actually.
Ah, you're bailing out on us. Look up the lyrics
Lettuce
and
and tomato
we'll
and French fried potato. Big kosher pickle.
Cheeseburgers in paradise. Is that how it goes? Cheeseburgers in
Yeah, by Jimmy
paradise.
Buffett.
Oh, that was from Jimmy Buffett. There's a
Yeah.
movie that I love that I grew up loving called Hamburger the Movie. Any of y'all watch that movie? Hamburger the Movie.
I came
Is that
across
the
that the other day, but I haven't
Watch
watched
it.
it.
Watch it. Buster Burger. Full of bull. Buster Burger. They made movies back in the days titled after ice creams. It was called Hot Dog the Movie about skiers. There was a movie called Hamburger the Movie. There was a movie called Pizza the Movie. It's fucking great.
You ever seen Kentucky Fried Movie?
I love it. It's one of the best skit movies of all time. Kentucky Fried Movie. Faith Mystic, what's
Yes.
your karaoke go-to song?
In the arms of the angels. Or an Evanescence song, and I freestyle. I usually do both of those, but I'll freestyle the Evanescence song.
Why'd you stop? You were about to serenade the masses with your beauty. That's like watching a commercial singing kitty cats and dogs.
Oh yeah, ASPCA commercial.
Yeah.
That's where I heard that. Sarah McLachlan.
Yes.
Are you done with the puppies and the kitties now?
It's a beautiful commercial, but I ain't gonna lie. Every time it comes on, I start rethinking my life.
It's a sad commercial. I love animals, so I don't even want to see it because I get really like sensitive and start crying. I don't like that animal stuff.
They got commercials on nowadays, and I'm surprised commercials even exist. But late at night, they used to have in the 80s and 90s, they would have the best commercials. Oh,
Yes.
Time Life music, and you'd hear a song
Yep.
from every album. And then nowadays, we're here with the old Jewish community. They don't have food. They need your
Yep.
donations. They're in a war, Ukraine. And then they show the old lady getting a piece of bread. And she, oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm like, I don't know how to feel anymore. Look, it's probably real. She's thanking you. She's a beautiful human being. But I'm feeling like shit right now because I ain't got no damn money to help these people out. And then when she pulls out the piece of bread or the fish, I go, oh, I'm hungry. It's late at night. What should I eat? And then now the lady doesn't have food. And then my fat ass is going to go make food. So I feel like I'm disrespecting the Ukrainian or Russian women that ain't got no money for food during a war. And I'm eating Cheetos, fucking burritos, while I'm watching the commercial, not donating and not helping. I feel like shit. Sorry. That's how I feel. Can't stop me. Do you guys like my ranch? What was your favorite commercials growing up? Like in the late night evening?
Late night.
Oh my God. Miss Cleo. I loved
Miss
it. I
Cleo.
would like prank call. My cousin and I would prank call people and be like, Miss Cleo, ma. Oh my God.
Thank you for calling Miss Cleo.
I love Miss Cleo. That's one I need to do a face reading on because there was a documentary on her, I believe, like 2 years ago or so. It was a great documentary, but she was very mysterious. She didn't really tell people where she came from. So I want to do a face reading on her so we can get more, I guess, more detail about her life because it's kind of like a white page on her. So, yeah, I love her.
Yeah, she's interesting.
All right. MOONGIRL, you didn't do a karaoke song.
Oh my God, I'd probably do something ridiculous like Tom Green's, like my bum is on the cheese, my bum is on the cheese. If I get a disease, I don't know, something ridiculous like that. Yeah.
All right. My go-to, not that I think I'm the best singer. If I did study, I grew up as a baritone, and I did sing in my musicals growing up, how I became an actor. But I would be like at a party setting, and they would do karaoke, and it gets boring after a while. Sometimes they play the slow songs and you're like, it's getting boring. I would always go up there whenever it became boring and I'd pick Baby Got Back, LA Face with the Oakland booty. I like them big and round and big. I just keep kicking like an animal. Where here's my scandal. I want to back it up. Double up. I ain't talking about Playboy because silicone parts are made for boys. I like them big, round, and juicy. So find that Faith Mystic and Moon Girl juicy bubble. Mix-a-lot's in trouble. And then people would, I got the party started. So it was always fun. But I love doing Pearl Jam Black. You know, I even did it in a video on this channel. It's just one of my songs, man, that I can, as an actor, I can just feel those feelings from Pearl Jam Black. I always been able to do that. Or Yellow Ledbetter. There it is, guys. Anything else you want to add? My blood pressure's starting to go a little wonky right now.
I just thank you for having me on, and it's nice meeting you too.
Dude, I can't thank you enough for all the support.
Hey, no problem.
Just sounds so weird, but like,
that's what we're here for, to help one another.
Yeah.
Like it says on your thing, costs nothing to be kind.
Right.
Absolutely.
Doesn't always have to be money to be kind.
Yeah.
Money,
Faith,
like,
let everybody know where they can find you.
Okay. Hi, beloveds. You can just Google search Faith Mystic or Faith Andress. I'm Faith Mystic Official on Facebook. If you looked me up, you would find me in multiple places on Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and I have a website. It's Heavens, HEAVENS, Cures, CURES.org. Then there's also WeSustainAll.org, and I have music all over the place, multiple places, platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Reverb Nation. It's a lot of places. So.
And I promise a little while after we, end this live stream, I will go back to my YouTube page and I will put as many links as I have for all these amazing people to find them, support them. They, they need to make a living too. They do different things. So if you guys enjoyed today's conversation and hangout, please hit that thumbs up, that like button, so I can feel energetic to do more of these with other people and these people again. I kind of need that good vibe and that good push sometimes to do these things. So thank you all for chiming in on behalf of everybody. Don't go yet, everybody. I'll talk to you for a minute after. But I just wanted to thank everybody for chiming in today. Leave your comments down below. God bless you. I appreciate you. And hopefully we didn't offend in any way, but love is for all. And all we have to give is love. Good night, everybody. See you soon.